Welcome everyone to episode 27 of the Brewhouse podcast between two brothers where we talk about gaming, tech, entertainment, and everything in between. This week we're going to be going over all the Marvel Phase 4 announcements. We're going to be kind of breaking down the dates, going over everything, and giving what we are most excited for. So it happened a couple weeks ago, actually almost about a month ago at this point, but at San Diego Comic-Con, everybody was expecting some big announcements because Marvel Phase 3 had just ended with Far From Home, which our last episode was our Far From Home review, so be sure to check that out if you haven't listened already. We both really enjoyed the movie. But I don't know about you, Jonathan, but I think they knocked it out of the park as far as announcements go.
I was very surprised that they're going to do this since D23 is so close. I want to say it's not this month. It might be in this month, next month. I'm not sure exactly, but that's like the Disney Con or whatever like that.
Mhm.
What they'll probably announce, more things. But I was surprised they announced what they did. It's very interesting the amount of things that they released
Mhm.
and gave dates for, and it's only over the next 2 years.
Yeah, and
So,
it's a blend of things too, because they're
yes.
introducing the Disney Plus, and they're
Mhm.
gonna integrate shows into the MCU, but the shows are gonna actually apply to some of the movies. So
Right,
we'll
you're
get
gonna
into
have
that, but
shows that are going to be on the same quality level as some of
mhm.
these movies. And I want to say it was this morning or yesterday that they announced that there is going to be a bundle package that you can get for a monthly subscription to
I saw
Hulu,
that.
Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. I think it was like $13 or something
That's
like that.
very impressive in my
Very,
opinion.
very good. So me having Hulu, I just subscribed for Hulu TV, for the football season.
Mhm.
I'm wondering how much more I'm gonna have to pay to add Disney Plus onto that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it'll
I'll
definitely be
be interested
interesting.
to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Disney Plus launches November, so I mean it's
Yeah, November
August,
launches with a Mandalorian.
so that'll be interesting. We'll be doing reviews probably of each episode of that once it comes
Yeah,
out.
like I want to say we said in a previous episode, we hope that it's a weekly release.
I'm
So
thinking
we
it
can
will be.
I think they would be smart to do that because I
Mhm.
mean, if they drop, the big shows in a month, they're gonna have a lot of people subscribing for a month and
Yeah.
canceling and then resubscribing when the next show comes out.
Yeah. So everybody was expecting a lot of announcements this year. I was very impressed with pretty much everything they announced. We're gonna get into the timeline here a little bit. Marvel Phase 4 technically begins May 1st with the Black Widow movie. And
Right.
this is, of course, a prequel because, spoiler alert, Black Widow doesn't make it out of Endgame alive.
Yes,
So,
this takes place after Civil War, before Infinity War.
yeah. And I'm thinking there'll be, like, some flashbacks for her,
Mhm.
maybe, like, her and Hawkeye, like, doing a mission or something. Maybe we'll finally figure out what happened in Budapest.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised if he won't have like a cameo.
He probably
movie.
will, yeah. And maybe, yeah. Maybe they'll have a flashback of her recruiting him.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's what happened in Budapest.
I
don't know
think
the story.
Yeah, her place will probably be introduced in this movie, if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm. Probably, yeah. And then the first actual TV show for the MCU is going to be Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we're going to get to see Falcon become Captain America.
Yes,
I'm sure in this series they'll probably do a series of it. They won't do a movie for that.
Well, I think that's what they said. So this is going to be about 6 to 8 episodes. I think this one will be, and it's going to be about him, trying to become pretty much Captain America. So he's probably, if I would have to guess, he would start off, trying to use the shield or something like that, and realize that he's not doing well. And then I'm wondering if you can have old Cap maybe make a cameo somewhere in there saying like, "No, I picked you for a reason. You deserve it." And then at the end, he gets in his new suit, and that's when it kind of transitions, and he's building up, leading into the next movie, the next Avengers movie.
So
and all these shows that they have announced, they're, as far as I know, they're single season shows.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've I mean, I'm sure if they're successful enough, they'll keep doing them, but
well, yeah, they may do they're not going to have like the Falcon and Winter Soldier season 2 is what I'm saying.
yeah, that's
They
true.
may have other shows in phase 5
Mhm.
that tie into the movies, but like as far as I can tell, The only one that, I mean, Falcon and Winter Soldier ties probably more into the MCU as a whole and the next Avengers movie than it does into any of the other movies that are in Phase 4.
Yes.
Because I don't see any. I don't see. So we'll probably see Falcon and Winter Soldier fall 2020 on Disney Plus, and we probably won't see them again until Avengers 5, whatever that might be
probably.
called.
Yeah, I agree. So getting into the, I don't want to call Black Widow's movie not a big movie, but getting into a current kind of Phase 4 introduction of, or a mass introduction of characters. First movie is going to be The Eternals that drops November 6th.
So many characters.
2020. And they have a really good cast for this. Angelina Jolie, Richard Madden from Game of Thrones is in there. Bunch of other really good characters. And Eternals, for those of you that don't know, are children of Celestials. But so
Yes.
Thanos was an Eternal, but he had a deviant gene in him. So
I think Thanos was a deviant. So
yeah,
he was
so that's why he looked different.
He's the son of one of the Eternals.
No, he's the son of one of the Celestials. Eternals, I'm telling you. Eternals, if they don't have the deviant gene, they look like humans.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
If they do have the deviant gene, that's what causes them to look different. I'll look it up just to be sure, but so we have that. So that's going to be, I'm very excited for that movie. That's probably that's probably number 2 on my list for what I'm excited for.
It's one of them. It's probably not up there. I'm interested to see what I feel what they're going to do to this movie. It's going to span a large time period. So pretty much it's going there, because the Eternals, what they do is, they try to control and manipulate events that happen in the universe. So I have a feeling this movie is going to take place over the entire MCU timeline, if not more so.
Yeah, so you're thinking it might take place before any of the events we've seen in any of the other movies. It might be going
and even
on
after any more events that we've seen. So it's gonna there's gonna be a lot of time jumping throughout it. But no, I'm very interested. This is one of those movies where, when Guardians of the Galaxy was announced, this is even less on that scale. People knew who Guardians was just through the comic. People knew who the Guardians was. The Eternals is even less than that.
Yeah, they're less known.
I've heard of some of them, just like Gilgamesh and Icarus and Fastos. There's a couple of them that I've heard of before, just being in nerd culture, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
But this is one of those movies like, it's gonna be interesting what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah. So I'm very excited for that, because it's like it's introducing things in a whole new scale. They've constantly built up on it. Where the first Avengers, you kind of had, I don't want to say shock factor with like how big the universe is going to get.
Well, that's what this is. This is the big, like universe space movie. Like, this is going to take place across the entire universe.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of that with Guardians 1 and 2, but this is going to be like really push that to the limit.
Yeah. So coming up next after Eternals, we have Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. I know nothing about Shang-Chi.
So the bad guy in this one is going to be the actual Mandarin.
Yeah, that's right.
Not the Mandarin from Iron Man 3.
The faux Mandarin.
Did you ever watch the one shot extra scene after Iron Man 3?
I believe so, yeah.
It's like where he's in prison and stuff like that, and like the real Mandarin calls him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know a lot about this movie.
So Shang-Chi is hypothetically he's a master of multiple different martial arts styles, and so he's a martial arts expert, kung fu master, whatever you want to call him. So he trained pretty much everyone, like anyone that you would know in the MCU and the likes of martial arts. He probably had some influence in training them.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
He's very strong in that regard. But if this is one of those, it's releasing in February 12th, 2021. So I have a feeling, this is going to be a Black Panther type movie. It's going to be a good origin story. It's going to be able to develop his character really well. And this is probably the one that I'm
Don't want to say
least
least excited for,
looking
but
I mean, yeah, I'm excited for it because it's a Marvel movie, but it's the one that I'm not looking forward to the most. It's the one I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the least. So
this is up there with mine. The other one is maybe the Hawkeye series. Even then, that'll be
See,
interesting because it'll be like introducing a brand new character.
yeah,
We'll get into that when we get to there, but they could do a whole lot of stuff with the Hawkeye, kind of building off of the Hawkeye series.
exactly.
Next, we have the Wanda and Vision series.
Really looking forward to this.
Looking forward to that. I think this is where Scarlet Witch is going to become, I don't want to say the Scarlet Witch of the comics, because she was extremely overpowered in the comics.
Well, you saw the Russo brothers said that she would have killed Thanos.
I mean, she
if they would not rain fire.
Yeah. Well,
like
if,
they
if,
confirmed,
if
they
did,
confirmed
yeah.
if they didn't rain fire, she would have killed Thanos.
If they didn't need a way to introduce Captain Marvel into the fight.
Yeah, obviously.
That's, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but that's what it was.
No.
So yeah, because like there's one point in the comics where she literally just says no more mutants and all the mutants die. Like that's how powerful she is.
In the movies, she's definitely underpowered to her actual like source.
And
material.
even then, she's still like insanely like she held back Thanos with 5 Infinity Stones. She clobbered a stronger, younger Thanos and almost killed him. Broke his sword that broke Cap's shield. The strongest metal on Earth and one of the strongest metals in the galaxy or whatever. So I'm really excited to see that.
This movie, I'm guessing, is going to be her, mourning over Vision. The show, sorry. Well, I'm almost going to consider these miniseries.
Yeah,
because I mean, that's what they are.
Long movies.
This one will be. They've confirmed WandaVision is going to be 6 episodes. That is going to directly tie into the next movie we're going to talk about. But this is going to be interesting to see if, is Vision coming back, or is that all in her head and she's just in mourning about him. But I'm interested for this show mainly because the next movie is close to my first looking forward to.
Yeah.
Out of all
so getting into that, the next movie is my most exciting. It's the one I'm most excited for.
Really? And even over the last one?
Yeah,
it's close.
It's yeah. So
it's
the
really
next movie
close.
is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and this is classified as the first horror movie in the MCU.
Cannot wait.
And so the villain's name, or I don't even know if you want to say villain, is called Nightmare. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Yeah,
which is rumored to be Eva Green.
I would love that.
I think that would be amazing.
I would absolutely love that.
Yes.
So I'm not sure
if you've seen her in Casino
anything,
Royale or 300, The Rise of Empire, or anything like that. She has, or was it the second Sin City movie? She can play like that dark character really well.
So I'm interested to see what their definition of horror is going to be. I don't, I think it'll be more like the trippy horror, like.
I wonder if we're going to be able to see the Inhumans before that movie comes out. I would assume we would, because that movie is still supposedly coming out, and that's a horror movie. But Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, Scarlet Witch is going to be a
main
secondary character.
Secondary, whatever. Yeah, she's going to be in the movie. So the WandaVision series will probably end with her leading into that movie, because those are right after each other. Bang.
WandaVision, they've said WandaVision directly leads into the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for that.
So Doctor Strange could show up at the end and be like, hey, Vision's not actually here, it's Nightmare.
It might have been Nightmare. Yeah, exactly. So
really we have the completely reoccurring cast from the original Doctor Strange. So what's his name? Carl Mordo, the bad guy that was at the end scenes of Doctor Strange 1, is going to be in this movie. I wasn't sure if they were going to introduce him as, the bad guy, but Nightmare has been confirmed as a bad guy. So
he might be like Doctor Strange is taking him out at the beginning of the movie. Takes him out somewhat easily. I don't want to say somewhat easily, but
sort of like
the first third of the movie
in the beginning of Civil War.
Yeah, exactly. Something along those lines. Although they did kind of set him up to be a bigger villain than that, but we'll see how it plays out. Coming up next is another series. It's the Loki series, which I'm not a huge fan of the logo design, but That's
No,
that's me
it's not.
nitpicking.
But no,
That's me
it's not.
nitpicking.
But I mean the show's premise where he's just traveling through time,
Causing
causing
mischief.
mischief.
Yeah.
I think this one might tie in the least to
Probably,
all
yeah, because it's a
the
separate universe. It's the
yeah,
universe.
it's a
It's the
separate
2012 universe from when he stole the Tesseract and escaped.
yes. So Tom Hiddleston just does a great job. So I think this movie's just going to be a popcorn type show.
Yeah, I think it'll
You'll be
be
able to watch it
probably
anytime.
be like maybe a little more humorous
Mm-hmm.
and just
Yeah,
I think
agree.
it'll be good. Coming up next is actually an animated series, the What
Yes,
If
which is going to
series.
be awesome.
I'm very excited for that. So correct me if I'm wrong, but this is where like villains are coming back to reprise their roles and do the voice acting, and it's what if like somebody had lost, like actually won instead of losing, stuff like that.
What if is do you remember this scene from Guardians 2 where Stanley is telling those I forget the name of those people. He's on the planet and he's talking to the people like he's
The golden people.
I don't think it's no, not the golden people. Like the people with the big capes or something like that. I forget exactly what it is.
Oh yeah, I know who you're
The
talking about.
Watcher.
Yeah,
the Watcher. So it's the Watcher talking about different scenarios. So what if, the Winter Soldier wouldn't have killed Iron Man's parents? Whatever.
Mhm.
It's going to be animated. All the voices of the characters are going to be voiced by the original cast,
Which
which
is awesome.
great. Probably the only way they can afford RDJ. So
yeah, because he can just he can do recordings in his his house if he wanted to.
Yeah, I think that I was talking to Megan. I think that's like you and I had feeling like Captain America and Robert Downey Jr. weren't going to be in any movies going forward.
Mhm.
I knew for sure that Iron Man was gone one way or another, just due to the fact Disney cannot afford Robert Downey Jr.
Well,
which is crazy to think.
I knew he was going to be done because he was insanely strong in Infinity War, and that was the strongest point.
Infinity War, and I mean we're getting off topic here, but like Endgame, I watched it again the other night, and I feel like he was strong, but not nearly as strong as he was in Infinity War. Like you could he showed his age. Like Cap was strong. Once he got Mjolnir, he was.
Yeah, but you have to look at it as Iron Man was, for all intents and purposes, the main character in Infinity War. Yeah. Endgame was more about Captain America.
Right.
That was his, because he had like what 14? No, it was like 21 minutes of screen time in Infinity War.
Right.
And the movie's 2.5 hours long, and he's one of the main Avengers. So.
Oh, you're talking about Captain America, yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of had to flip flop it, which I was fine with. But to me, when they made Iron Man that strong in Infinity War, I was like, "There's no way he lives."
I think, in Endgame, as far as that goes, I can tell, he was just like almost out of shape, more out of shape in a different way than Thor was. I mean, because Thor got nerfed hardcore.
I mean, they had to nerf him.
Yeah, bad. I mean, because going from Infinity War, he was overpowered.
Yeah.
And then he goes back and has both of his weapons. Yeah, I know that's not going to happen. But you can just tell, like, I think it was like Black Dwarf that knocks him and then he gets stepped on. He's just like, he's struggling right off the bat.
I mean, even then, the fight when it was just the three of them against Thanos, he gets taken out like immediately.
Why did no one die whenever Thanos blew up the Avengers complex? How did everyone survive that?
Don't get me started on Hawkeye. Should have been dead right there.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Well, Hawkeye should have died instead of Black Widow.
Had the shield in front of him.
I don't. Whatever. That's a different topic.
At least Ant-Man's like, well, I just shrunk.
So it lessened the impact.
But where did he get the PIM particles from?
What do you mean? He used his suit.
Yeah, but he has to use PIM particles to be able to shrink and get up.
I thought that was just the suit's power.
I think he still has. I
mean, he obviously had some. Like, he won't just run out. I was under the impression that was just the suit's mechanism.
Well, the PIM particles are used by the suit to be able to do it, but it's whenever before they're doing the time heist, he says, "All right, we got enough for 2 test runs," and then he accidentally does one. He goes, "I'm not ready for this," and then Hawkeye does one, and whenever they go back in time, they have enough for everyone to go through once. So I guess he's giving out all his PIM particles to be able to do it. And the way I'm the way I'm explaining it to myself, which doesn't really make sense, and it's just kind of filling plot holes. Whenever Captain America goes back, whenever they go farther back in time to the army base, he
Mhm.
grabs 4 Pym particles. He doesn't grab 2. He grabs 4. He gives 1 and to himself and 1 to Iron Man for them to go back to the present. And then I'm assuming he gives the other 2 to Ant-Man. So he uses 1 to go small, and then he uses another one. But that doesn't make sense that that like it would be a 1 use only in his suit. I'm assuming it would be 1 use for
For
just the time travel
what
stuff.
I'm seeing is the reason that they were very limited with the Pym
Mhm.
particles is because they were shrinking down to a microscopic level.
Yeah.
But
So
just to shrink his suit how he normally does
right,
requires
doesn't use a whole one.
yeah, it uses very little compared to
So like
shrinking down to molecular.
the whole tube, he might get 50 uses if he just
Mhm.
shrinks small, like to ant size.
Mhm.
But if he shrinks to molecular size, he probably uses a whole tube in one go.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that was a big tangent.
Yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
up next, so we're at summer 2021 right now. Coming up next is the
Yeah, that
Hawkeye
was What If.
series.
Yep. Yep.
We'll introduce Kate Bishop. I don't know if the Kate Bishop character is going to be a different name and be his daughter, or if it's going to be actually Kate Bishop. I don't think anybody really knows yet.
I'm assuming it's going to be his daughter that that was
From the beginning of
introduced, sort of
Endgame.
semi-introduced in Endgame.
Yeah. So,
I'm
that,
assuming
like I
that's what
said,
it'd
this
be.
is probably my least favorite, but where they could go from here, doing like a Young Avengers group.
I think that's what it's going to lead to. So you're going to have
Probably,
Young
yeah.
Avengers. You're going to end up getting Ant-Man's daughter in there. She's a superhero. I forget what her name is.
Mhm. Yeah, she does like the same thing that Ant-Man does, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then finishing off Phase 4. We know Guardians is somewhere in here too, isn't it?
Nope.
It's not. Guardians is Phase 5.
Nope.
Okay.
Guardians takes place after Thor: Love and Thunder, which has the best logo ever.
Mm-hmm. So finishing off Phase 4 is Thor: Love and Thunder. That's where we're going to see Jane Foster pick up the mantle of Thor. In what regards to that, and how it's going to happen, we don't really know.
So have you heard any? I haven't read the comics, but I've heard a couple storylines. So one route they could take is that she has cancer
Mm-hmm.
and she's taking chemo, but to try to fix the cancer, she is given Mjolnir, and because she doesn't wield Stormbreaker.
No,
Thor
yeah,
has
it's
Stormbreaker.
Mjolnir, yeah.
So I guess they reforged Stormbreaker, maybe. And because in the present time there is no Mjolnir. So every time, so the way the comic goes is every time she she's all sickly and everything like that, but every time she grabs Mjolnir she gets strong, like just like Thor, his armor appears and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But every time she lets go of Mjolnir, the chemo that was in her system is completely gone, so her cancer is like stronger than it was before.
Yeah,
So
that's not the that must be
that's
from a
one
different
of them.
line. Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, that's that is, I think, one of the newer storylines that people say are good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's
Because and the other one, like, I don't know if Thor gives her the power or he just loses it somehow, but can still like do everything else. But she becomes Thor, and he just takes the name of Odin's son.
right.
I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we don't know which route they're gonna go with it. But all these people freaking out over a woman becoming Thor, like,
Oh
are
wait,
idiots.
they're freaking okay. Do you understand what the plot of Love and Thunder is?
Yeah, it's Jane Foster and Valkyrie. Like, they're like love interests, pretty much, right?
Well, that's
know
an
that,
option.
but-
No, the plot of the movie is Valkyrie trying to find her queen.
Yeah, because she's technically the
Jane
ruler
Foster.
of the Asgardians.
Yeah, no, she is king.
Yeah.
So the movie is a love interest to find her queen. Natalie Portman as Jane Foster is one choice.
Mhm.
Now, I'd read a obnoxious long IGN article that had like 15 different choices, and probably by about 8 in, I was like, I've never heard of this person, but sure,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So they've I mean, you have the same returning cast. Taika Waititi is going to be directing and
Mhm.
writing the movie,
That's what
so
makes me very
everyone's going to be happy
excited.
about that. Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, you're probably going to have Corgan Meek in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You
Well,
might
you
have the
have to. You have to.
yeah, you'll probably have the Guardians maybe pop in at some point because after Endgame, Thor went with the Guardians.
Mhm.
Now, you were asking if Guardians was in here somewhere. What's his name? James Gunn confirmed that
It'll be in
the
Phase
events
5.
of Guardians 3 takes place after
Yeah.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I
So
couldn't remember
Guardians
where it
3 is
was.
probably going to be, if this comes out in Guardians 3 is probably going to be the May 2022 movie, if I would have to guess.
So you think that'll be the introduction into Phase 5?
No, that Black Panther 2 is probably going to be February 2022.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
That's already being written, and I think that's supposed to be going into production soon.
Yeah.
They have the James Kugler or whatever his name is going to be
Ryan
writing
Coogler?
and directing it again. Ryan Coogler,
Yeah.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
close. I got one name.
Yeah, I think he did a good job with the first movie.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
so
it. It was good origin. Well, you already knew the character, but it was good, like, his first established
that
movie.
CGI at the end though was just wolf.
Wait, for which one?
Black Panther.
With the train fight?
Just bad.
Yeah, it
Bad.
wasn't. And
The movie was
you
like,
see
oh,
more
this
of
is like
Wakanda.
stunning.
You see more of Wakanda
Yeah,
in Infinity War too, but
the movie's like all stunning, them going into Wakanda and everything. Like, oh, it's nice. And you get the end, and you're just like, this is the CGI that they have, really?
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, overall, we like the movie though. So that's gonna wrap
it wasn't
up.
as good as people said it was, but it was good. Oh,
No.
you forget 2 movies.
What am I forgetting?
So it was confirmed that Fantastic Four is in development. It's not in phase 4.
I'm saying that was wrapping up for Phase 4. If you would let me finish.
Okay. I thought you were wrapping up the show. I'm sorry.
No, that's wrapping up for Phase 4.
Yes.
Blade is going to be Phase 5. X-Men
Yes.
and Fantastic Four. Well, Fantastic Four mostly was confirmed. X-Men is, we're assuming, going to be Phase 5, but
Yeah.
that's a long ways away. Well, we say a long ways away, but it's really not. Also, Deadpool was confirmed to be introduced into the MCU. I'm hoping they don't butcher it and make it like PG-13.
That's what I was about to say.
Because
they said there's no they're not confirming, but they don't see any reason that Deadpool 3 has to be rated R. And that was, I want to say I read that today or yesterday.
the only
That it came out to
reason
that.
the only reason I would be fine with it being PG-13 and not rated R is if they tone down the gore, because the gore is like one thing, but like the humor and like the cursing and everything, that's his character. So if you tone down the gore a little bit, I'm fine with that. That doesn't matter to me, but
they can do the same thing what they did last time. I mean, they re-released it as a PG-13 format.
yeah.
That was with him on the back of the unicorn with what's his name? Ben
Cable?
Savage or Fred Savage.
Oh yeah. No, I mean if he does cameos, make those PG-13. I don't care. Don't mess with the movies. People are gonna be pissed if you mess with the movies and make them any different than the first two. Because the first two were great.
It wouldn't surprise me if Fantastic Four is in Phase 5. It wouldn't surprise me at all if X-Men's not until Phase 6. Honestly,
That's what I was saying. Seems like they're more ready for Fantastic Four than for X-Men.
Well, Fantastic Four doesn't have. Fantastic Four has 2 movies.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men has 12.
Yeah, because there's just so many more characters.
Yeah, I think it would be a good build up to Secret Wars, or honestly, if they don't, the next big baddie is Galactus. X-Men don't even really need to be in it. Like they may be able to show up at the end and help out, but if they do Galactus as the next bad guy, and then they do Secret Wars as the next big Avengers event, but it wouldn't surprise me if they don't introduce, like the full cast of X-Men until Phase 6.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I'm very excited. I wasn't necessarily worried about where they were going to go after Endgame, but it's kind of.
I knew it was gonna take a step back, because I mean we've been going so strong.
Well, even then,
recently.
not a step back. Like what they had, I was kind of nervous for what they had planned, and like
you knew there was going to be a change from like those hardcore characters. I mean, in this we still have 3 main characters. 3 main characters have their own shows or movies. You have Black Widow has her own movie. Thor has his own movie, and Hawkeye has his own show.
Mhm.
And then not counting whatever is in the What If.
Yeah.
So the three of the main Avengers still have movies or shows in this phase, which is more than I was expecting.
Mhm.
Like, I wasn't expecting a Hawkeye show. I wasn't even sure if Thor 4 was going to be coming out in this phase or if it was going to be coming out next phase.
I'm actually very surprised it's in this phase. I was expecting Black Panther 2 before Thor 3, before Thor 4.
Yeah, I think that was also, you know, due to the whole them letting James Gunn go. And
yeah, that probably. Or no, yeah, I was expecting Black Panther 2 or Guardians 3 before Thor 4.
There's some hold up with Coogler, you know, not being signed on right away to do the second one. I'm just like, why not do it? I mean, you got such big praise for this one.
Yeah, look at how much the first one made.
Sign on and do it? But I guess he's, you know, one of those people that are like, well, I don't want to limit myself to this. So
yeah, maybe because he's done other movies since then.
Yeah. So what do you think about the Blade movie?
I'm excited. I hope they bring on Wesley Snipes to work on it.
Mm-hmm. Bring him in as Whistler, please.
Yeah, bring him in as that. Make him a like producer, co-director on the movie. Let him give his input.
Because if y'all have never, if any of our listeners have never seen the original Blade movie, it is really good, and it does hold up.
And
it is really good.
I don't see them picking a better person than Mahershala Ali, though.
I mean, Wesley Snipes was so perfect, and whenever I saw who it was, I was like, that's probably one of the only people that I could even imagine to be able to replace him.
Like, to me, like, I never thought of him playing that role, but when they announced that he was playing it, I said, okay, that's like, if anybody besides Wesley Snipes has to play it, that's the guy. Right. So I'm very happy with that. I'm hoping they cast Fantastic Four the right way.
Yeah, so we had a discussion the other day about that.
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. You have Emily Blunt as Invisible Woman.
Yes, Invisible Woman.
I forget who we said for the Thing.
I forget who we said for Human Torch.
Human Torch was Zac Efron, which I can see.
And then for the Thing,
I think I'd be okay with that. I would have liked David Harbour or whatever his name is, but he's already going to be the Russian Winter Soldier
for Black Widow.
Black Widow. So I think he would have been good as a Thing, but I don't know. The Thing, I mean, bring back Michael Chiklis. I don't care.
You didn't do bad. Just the
give The Rock another role.
Hey, you never know.
I know.
So yeah,
have you?
Wait, what?
I was gonna say, have you seen the pictures of what's his name? It's not James Gunn, but what's his brother?
Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn, yeah. James is the director. Sean, yeah.
Sean does like the body acting for Rocket.
Yes. Have you seen those pictures of him just like walking around on set
in his like little suit or whatever?
Yeah, he's just wearing his suit and he's just like walking around like a crab person. It's like, those are hilarious.
I'm excited to see all the bonus features on the end game.
Yeah, that comes out next week. That comes out on Tuesday.
I'm excited for that. We both got the Steelbook.
Yes, but if you want to watch it beforehand, I have the HD version up already on Plex. So
okay. I'll have to watch that tonight.
I'm gonna watch Tuesday. It's really good.
It's too late for me to start that tonight, but anyways, guys, it's 3 hours.
So
it's almost maybe 9:30 by the time we wrap this up.
We started
11. It's 9.
Yeah.
You started the second what?
We started the second Fantastic Beasts movies last night at 10.
Oh God, that's at least 2 hours. Yeah.
12:30 we're done.
So
which
guys,
wasn't bad.
Guys, that was our preview. What we're excited for Marvel Phase 4. Definitely very excited. I'm excited for all the TV shows too. It'll be a good change of pace, and I think they're gonna integrate it the right way into the.
I think so. We're gonna be able to review each episode. We're gonna go through and do it. They're spaced out enough. We're also gonna be watching The Mandalorian as that comes out. I'm really looking forward to that with Jon Favreau directing it.
Very, very excited for that.
That is, I think, going to be really good. And that's also going. I wonder if that's gonna build up the hype for Star Wars Episode 9 coming out this Christmas.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah. Nah, I'm still hit or miss on that.
Knock on wood, it can't be worse than The Last Jedi. Anyways, guys, that's gonna.
I mean, that's
it's not saying
okay.
much, but
yeah. I mean, Ray should have been cut in half at 3 times in the fight.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, we won't get into that because that could be a whole hour-long episode about that movie. Anyways, guys, that was episode 27. Next week, we're going to be talking about something. We don't know what yet. Be sure to follow whatever platform you're listening on, though. Follow us on Twitter, at Brewski and at JT Broussard. We both tweet. We're both very active on Twitter, so
Yes.
if we're tweeting out what episodes are going to be about, when they're going live, we will be doing it on that. And we appreciate everyone watching, and until next time,
Keep gaming.
keep gaming, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.